Hello fellow investor. At INVESTINGINTHEWEB.com, we follow over 100 investment platforms worldwide. That's a lot to check, right? In this video, we will review Lightyear to help you determine whether it is the right investment platform for you. All in all, we believe Lightyear is a good choice for beginners. It has a slick and modern app, a good range of products to invest, mostly stocks, ETFs, and interest, very low fees, and one of the highest interest rates on uninvested cash in Europe. By the way, if you want to see how to invest in the S&P 500 on Lightyear step by step, we've got a separate video just for that. We also have another video explaining what happens if a broker goes bust and how your assets are protected. All in all, it looks like a great alternative for beginner investors who want to buy and hold or benefit from the interest offered. On the downside, it lacks some products that professional investors might value, such as options trading, bonds, and crypto. Furthermore, it is a relatively recent company. It's a startup, and because the company is relatively new, there hasn't been enough time to see how resilient it is to negative events. However, the founding team, investors, and their track record so far are great indicators that the company is here to last. Want to know more about Lightyear? Keep watching, we've got you covered. Backed by the famous entrepreneur Richard Branson, Lightyear is a UK-based investment app designed for those who want to invest in stocks and ETFs with no hidden fees. With Lightyear, you get access to over 4,000 global stocks and ETFs across markets like the US and Europe, plus no account fees and multi-currency accounts. Sounds promising, right? Let's break down some of the key features of Lightyear. Commissions on investing. Lightyear charges no execution fees for ETFs. However, they do charge for US, EU, and UK shares. For US stocks, they charge 0.1% of the trade value, up to $1 max, and a minimum of 10 cents per order. So a $200 trade would incur a 20 cents fee, $200 times 0.10%. For EU and UK stocks, you have a €1 and £1 flat fee respectively, no matter the amount invested. Currency conversion fee. Lightyear applies a currency conversion fee, or FX fee, of 0.35% for investments in currencies other than your base currency. So if you are a European investor, you will most likely deposit in euros, which means that if you want to invest in US stocks, you will incur this fee when converting to US dollars to invest in the US stock, and then to convert back to euros when selling the stock. Multi-currency accounts. Still, you can avoid constant FX conversions by holding multiple currency accounts in euros, British pounds, and US dollars. Imagine you invest in Apple stocks by using your deposits in euros. You would be charged the 0.35% currency conversion fee as mentioned earlier. However, when selling Apple stocks, you can keep the amount sold in US dollars and not convert it immediately to euros. This is an advantage since you may use that money to invest in other US stocks without incurring the FX fee. In essence, you are delaying the payment of that fee. Fractional shares. Want a piece of Apple or Amazon but don't have hundreds of dollars? With fractional shares, you can start investing with as little as $2. Interest on uninvested cash. Lightyear also pays interest simply by having your money parked in your account. At the time of the video, on the 21st of February 2025, the rates were 1.5% per year in euro and 3% per year in US dollars and GBP. However, you can increase this interest by investing in money market funds, which invest in highly liquid, short-term debt instruments. The risk is low, but it is not risk-free. As of the time of this video, the yields were 2.77% in euro, 4.43% in USD, and 4.69% in GBP. Take into account that these yields may vary. Security. Now, let's talk about safety. Lightyear operates under the regulations of Estonia. Lightyear Europe is directly regulated by the Estonian Financial Supervision Authority, the EFSA, which means investors are protected by up to €20,000 by the Estonian Investor Protection Sectoral Fund. On the downside, as we said at the beginning, Lightyear is a recent company with a short track record. However, the fact that it is regulated by top-tier institutions, the management team, and having well-known investors are good signs. If you would like to know more about the safety of investing in a brokerage platform and what happens if your broker goes bust, check out our separate video dedicated to that. Every app has its strengths and weaknesses, and Lightyear is no exception. Pros: the user experience on the platform is top-notch. Minimum deposit of £1, €1, or $1. 0% Lightyear execution commission on ETF trading. Other fees may apply. One aspect we like about Lightyear is that it is transparent with the fees it charges. Also, these are some of the lowest on the market at the moment. No account opening, inactivity, or withdrawal fees. High interest on uninvested cash and vaults. Fractional US shares. Account opening promotion with the promo code INVESTINGINTHEWEB. Cons: limited trading options. For instance, other brokers also have CFDs, crypto, commodities, or options. No demo account. Only available in Europe, not available internationally. 0.35% currency conversion fee. Short track record. Lightyear offers both web and mobile platforms. You can access your investments through your computer or your mobile phone. For this review, we will focus on the mobile app. As soon as you log in, you will see your portfolio, €300 in cash in our case. Then you click on the magnifying glass icon and you can explore the popular stocks, ETFs, all collections of dividend-paying stocks, real estate, and so on. Check the top news and even the most watched stocks by other Lightyear users. On the right icon, you can see your transaction statement. Lightyear mainly focuses on stocks and ETFs. It includes US, UK, and EU stocks, along with EU-listed ETFs. This selection is relatively standard compared to similar brokerages. Once you open the Lightyear app, you can simply select the bottom left icon and go to Discover. There, you will find a complete list of the ETFs offered as shown, several stocks listed in different regions like the UK and others, as you can see, scroll through the app. So, who is Lightyear best for? If you're a beginner or an intermediate investor in Europe looking for a low-cost, simple way to invest in global markets, Lightyear is definitely worth considering. However, if you're an advanced trader or need access to specific markets or features, it might fall short. What do you think about Lightyear? Let us know in the comments. If you're interested in giving it a try, check out the full review linked below for more details. Make sure you also check our separate video where we explain step by step how you can invest in the S&P 500 through Lightyear, including which ETF to choose, how to place the trade, and more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more investment insights.